Oh, hold it. Oh, yes, exactly. That's fine. I can do it just, yeah. So I think we might need to do it again, Marcella. Do you want us to do it again?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You're most welcome to Uganda Airways.
Robert, how are you, sir? Good, glad. I will go. When you go,
Uncle Biaro. the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, our CEO, and all the other key stakeholders who will be joining us very shortly. We want to welcome you on behalf of Uganda Airlines to this very historic moment when we launch UR 110 from Entebbe to Gatwick, London. And we want to welcome you and thank you so much for joining us this morning. Honorable Minister, maybe as our colleagues join us, this is being broadcast live on your favorite station, UBC. But even the others are broadcasting. But I had to mention the national broadcaster, Honorable Minister, so that we are indeed honored to have Her Excellency the Ambassador here with us. Thank you, Your Excellency, for joining us this morning. And shortly we'll be joined by our other key stakeholders who are going to be speaking to us this morning. So members of the press, this will be extremely short but very exciting because it's an exciting moment for Uganda Airlines. But because this flight has to take off on time, we'll ensure that by 8 we are out of this room. We cannot make anything or take any wrong steps this morning. So I may allow some questions, but if I cut you short, please understand that we must depart on time. That's the very most important issue. And the security screening will take a bit longer than usual because this is not your usual route to Mogadishu or to Juba. No pun intended, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We want to thank you so much for joining us. The Honourable Minister of Works and Transport, our Permanent Secretary and Secretary to the Treasury, Your Excellency the Ambassador, our Chairperson of the Uganda Airlines Board, the Head of Protocol, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, our regulator, the Uganda Civil Aviation Authority, the Deputy DG is here with us, the CEO of Uganda Airlines, and all the key stakeholders here in the room. You're most welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. This is indeed a very historic day today as we launch UR 110 from Entebbe to Gatwick, London. So this is historic, and let's ensure that we do observe all the necessary guidelines and airline protocols since the regulator is here so that we are able to leave on time. So allow me very quickly invite our CEO to come and make welcome remarks. I have said we will be out of here by 8, so hopefully everyone speaking after the CEO will keep it extremely short. Thank you very much.
So will I. Good morning. Thank you so much for coming to be with us this morning. The Honourable Minister of Transport, Works and Transport, the Honourable Minister of Trade and Industry and Cooperatives in absentia, the High Commissioner, British High Commissioner to Uganda, the PSST, Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, the Board Chair, Uganda Airlines, the Deputy DG, Uganda Civil Aviation Authority, all friends and press in the room. I'm pleased to welcome you all as we flag off to celebrate this historic moment, our inaugural Uganda Airlines flight to London, Gatwick. The launch is more than just a route. It marks a pivotal milestone in Uganda Airlines' journey. With today's departure, we officially transition from our establishment phase to a new chapter of long-term growth and expansion. We are proud to be the first carrier to operate the Airbus A330-800 NEO into London Gatwick. And even prouder that this flight symbolizes our commitment to sustainable aviation. On our return leg, as mandated by IATA, We will operate with a blend of sustainable aviation fuel and conventional jet A1 fuel, taking a meaningful step towards the industry's net zero goals. This achievement has been years in the making, meticulously planned, often challenged, but never abandoned. Today, we celebrate the successful culmination of those efforts. At approximately 6,464 kilometers, or 3,360 nautical miles, as we say in aviation, London is now just the longest route on our network. The average flight time will be around 9 hours and 30 minutes. I was teasing Adedayo that we will have a tailwind that will make it 8 hours. Though current routings are slightly longer, we hope for a more optimal tracks in the near future. For the summer schedule until October 2025, when we start our winter schedule, our flights from Entebbe to London Gatwick will operate as follows. Sunday, 9:25 a.m., so we intend to leave on time today, arriving at 4:55 p.m. in London Gatwick. We'll also fly on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Fridays. These 3 flights will be slightly after midnight. The schedules have been carefully designed to support seamless onward connections to Europe and North America. The return leg aligns with our expanding African network, allowing travelers to connect conveniently to cities across East, Central, and West Africa. London has become our 17th destination and 13th country that Uganda Airlines serves. This route strategically links Uganda with key businesses, tourism, and diaspora markets in Western Europe and beyond. Our national development ambitions, as outlined in the Uganda's Vision 2040, recognize aviation as a catalyst for economic transformation and market access. According to the Uganda Bureau of Statistics, the UK is Uganda's largest European source market for tourism, accounting for 27% of all arrivals from Europe in 2024. This route will directly support growth in tourism, trade, and investment. Moreover, the new service enhances our competitiveness in the global aviation market. Its success will contribute significantly to revenue generation, network optimization, and long-term sustainability. With 14 African destinations already in place, we are well positioned to feed and defeat our long-haul flights on our Airbus like this one. And we plan to add more intra-Africa routes to support that strategy and to make Africa more accessible. Ladies and gentlemen, achievements like this are never made alone. I wish to extend my sincere appreciation to all the institutions and individuals who have made today possible. Our special thanks go to our shareholders, represented here by our Minister, General Katumba, and also represented by the PSST, Mr. Ramadhan Gobi, the British High Commissioner. The British High Commission in Uganda has been very helpful. We're grateful. Would like to thank the Uganda Civil Aviation Authority. We actually had a team that was headed by Olive. We're grateful, Olive. Thank you very much. And the UK Civil Aviation, Lisa, was absolutely helpful. And we thank everybody for their support and cooperation. I also wish to extend my gratitude to the board and my colleagues at Uganda Airlines who have tirelessly worked towards the fruition of this route, and to those who have made it known to the world that the crane is coming to London. Finally, as we take to the skies on this new route, I invite you to choose Uganda Airlines for your future travel, between Uganda and United Kingdom. With these remarks, it is my singular honor to invite the board chairperson of Uganda Airlines to address us for God and my country.
Honorable Minister of Works and Transport, the British High Commissioner to Uganda, the PSS Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, the Deputy Director General, Civil Aviation Authority, the Chief Executive Officer, Uganda Airlines, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, government officials, partners, members of the press, and valued passengers, a very, very warm welcome to this historic occasion. Today marks a monumental milestone for Uganda Airlines as we launch our inaugural flight to London, Gatwick, reconnecting Uganda to the United Kingdom and Europe with pride and excellence. Launching the London Gatwick route is a strategic step in Uganda Airlines' vision to become a leading carrier in the region, enhancing trade, tourism, and diplomatic ties between Uganda and the UK. This route will serve Ugandan diaspora and also open doors for business travelers, tourists, and investors, fostering economic growth for our nation. We do extend our deepest gratitude to His Excellency, the President of Uganda, our shareholders, and the government of Uganda for their unwavering support in revitalizing our national carrier. We also deeply thank the Uganda Civil Aviation Authority, our dedicated Uganda Airlines partners, and all stakeholders who have worked tirelessly for this route to happen. This is just the beginning. Uganda Airlines will continue expanding its network, connecting Africa to the world, and positioning Uganda as a key aviation hub. We look forward to launching more routes, creating jobs, and contributing to Uganda's socio-economic transformation. We warmly, heartily celebrate this achievement. We are undeterred by fear, but look forward to the future of boundless opportunities. To our passengers, thank you for choosing Uganda Airlines. And to those on the inaugural flight, I wish you a wonderful journey to London for God and my country.
Apologies, members of the press. I notice you're all here, and looking at the live feed, the camera, the mic is literally in your eyesight. So apologies again. We'll try and hopefully the next speakers can be captured better, and that this audio is fixed. Where is our team, audio team? We could fix this. All right. So we want to appreciate the Uganda Airlines team. Can we once again warmly receive the chairperson's speech? Thank you very much, Chair. I want to now take the singular honor of inviting our Deputy Director General of the Uganda Civil Aviation Authority, Ms. Olive Lumonya, to come and make her remarks on behalf of the regulator.
Thank you. Honorable Minister of Works and Transport, the British High Commissioner to Uganda, the PSST Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Regulation, the Board Chair, Uganda Airlines, the representative of the PS Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Sentongo, the CEO of Uganda Airlines, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am greatly honored, and on behalf of Uganda Civil Aviation Authority, to be part of this landmark occasion as we celebrate Uganda Airlines inaugural flight to London. We know that the people of United Kingdom and Uganda have a long time enjoyed cordial and mutual beneficial relationships, which are certainly going to be enhanced by the direct connection. And I'm sure you all know that this journey has been long. It has been over 3 years of negotiating, discussing between the UK team and Uganda Airlines and Civil Aviation Authority. Our statistics here indicate that UK has, over the last 10 years, been among the top 5 final destinations for passengers departing Uganda. Direct flights will therefore cover a big gap and subsequently contribute to the growing passenger traffic in and out of Entebbe International Airport, which ultimately translates into revenue and boosting the country's GDP. I therefore, on behalf of the Uganda Civil Aviation Authority, take this opportunity to congratulate you, Uganda Airlines, for seizing this great opportunity, which is testament to the airline's growing capacity as a key player in the regional and international aviation. It's a bold step forward in connecting Uganda more directly with the rest of the world, as it further opens doors for trade, tourism, collaboration between the two countries. I want to take this opportunity to appreciate the stakeholders who played a significant role in making this happen. I want to more especially extend our appreciation to our own Minister, General Katumba Wamala, who was driving the seat from the front. And I can tell you, from whatever happened, we are here because he was there. And I want to thank the British High Commissioner. The support we received was overwhelming. We called upon you as regulators. We had the training. The team in the UK, Dave, Kev, and the rest of the team, we appreciate that support. We want to appreciate the shareholders, the board of Uganda Airlines, team and management, and I will end up by appreciating Uganda Civil Aviation Authority, the technical team that made this happen. Without the technical team, I don't know where they are. Please stand up. Some of the members from Uganda Civil Aviation Authority, we had a technical team that was geared on this. We remain committed to supporting Uganda's aviation sector and fostering an enable environment for sustainable growth for global competitiveness. I want to reassure you, Ugandans and all travelers, that as a regulator, we have followed the procedures of safety, security, to make sure that Uganda Airlines is flying and it will fly in a safe way. So we want to thank you once again, and we want to encourage many of you to take advantage of this opportunity that has come into your hands. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, DG. Can we appreciate our regulator? Those in the airlines business know that if the regulator doesn't give you the nod, you're flying nowhere. And so this is a very important regulator. And for members of the press, this is our UCC. So the airline is the regulator for, CAA is the regulator for the airlines, as we all know how we operate in the media. I now want to take a singular honor of inviting, representing the PS Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Charles Sentongo, to come and speak on behalf of the Minister of Foreign Affairs. That has been very vital in getting us over the line. And finally, Ambassador, we are going to London. Please welcome Ambassador Charles Sentongo.
The Honorable Minister of Works, the Permanent Secretary and Secretary of the Treasury, His Excellency the High Commissioner, the Managing Director, Uganda Airlines, the Chairperson, Uganda Airline Board, management of CAA, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Minister of Foreign Affairs, we wish to express our deep appreciation to Uganda Airlines and CAA and the entire management, from the Minister of Finance who have made this financially possible in terms of finance, but above all, the Minister of Works for his untiring support in strengthening and streamlining the transport sector both here and abroad. Most important, we pay tribute and appreciation to the British High Commission, which has worked extremely hard in ensuring that this process moves forward. To High Commission in London, we say thank you. As previous speakers have said, modern diplomacy now revolves around economic and commercial tenets. The opening of this route and other routes all over the world by Uganda Airlines a clear testimony and a big facilitator in this aspect. So we thank Uganda Airlines and other operators in Uganda. We can't forget other operators in Uganda who are at the forefront of ensuring that transport is the key in the commercial and economic diplomacy, particularly international travel, are well facilitated and are well managed. So we thank you so much. In terms of our bilateral relation with the United Kingdom, as you have heard, this goes a long way in deepening that relationship, particularly people-to-people interaction, business-business interaction, but above all, the movement of our diaspora. According to our records, we have in the region of 100,000 Ugandans, I should say registered, but not forget those who have become British citizens. So they have been yearning for this kind of opportunity, and we hope that they will take full advantage of it, and we look forward as a ministry to continue supporting Uganda Airlines and the entire value in the transport sector to ensure that the movement of goods and services between Uganda and other nations is well facilitated. We wish you a safe journey to London. May God bless you.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Sentongo. Ladies and gentlemen, we are really managing time well. I want to appreciate all the speakers. Now, the next, I have no reason to control them. One signs the check, so I cannot control that particular person, and the other is the boss of the sector. So may I take the singular honor of inviting the Permanent Secretary and Secretary to the Treasury, who is Ramadan Gobi, to come and address us. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome him.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Maurice. The Honorable Minister of Works and Transport, General Katumba, Your Excellency, the British High Commissioner to Uganda, all of you colleagues, congratulations to Uganda Airlines on this historic and historical day. As Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, we are so delighted for today for a reason. As anyone who could have predicted my words, we are in the period of tenfold growth. We want Uganda to grow much faster in the next 15 years to become a $500 billion economy. And we are working so tirelessly to ensure that we achieve this. And with Uganda Airlines now flying to London direct from Entebbe, a flight from here to London since 2015, October. This is very instrumental for us. We are seeing three things, or four. Number one, the tourists coming to Uganda now are going to find it cost effective to come here. Number two, our exporters who are exporting our goods from here to UK and Europe are going to find it quite cost effective. Number three, the investors whom we are looking for to come and invest here will find it cost effective to come here. And number four, our partnership with the UK is going to be deepened, particularly in terms of moving know-how from UK to Uganda, technology. You know, we take for granted when we see just human beings moving around, but that for us as economists, we are seeing know-how moving around, and we are likely to benefit from that because UK is one of the most efficient innovators in the world. I therefore, on behalf of my ministry and my minister who wouldn't be here for reasons beyond control, very delighted to be here. I congratulate Uganda Airlines, and I want to end by assuring everybody that we are ready to continue to invest in Uganda Airlines. We are working on certain investments that they know, and perhaps some of you know, and we think that in the near future we shall be able to have even more direct flights through Entebbe to the rest of the world. I congratulate you once again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Permanent Secretary and Secretary of the Treasury. PS, you got everyone excited. I'm just worried that that might be the headline tomorrow, rather than we have launched the flight to London. They'll be interested in that headline. We are going to invest more money and accelerate growth in Uganda Airlines. But, you know, media, you have the choice. You have all the editorial independence. And I know Marcella is looking at me and wondering whether we can help change the headline. Ladies and gentlemen, may I take the pleasure of recognizing the presence of our Minister of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives, the Honorable Francis Mwebesa. Thank you, sir, for joining us. I now take the singular honor. And just before I invite the ambassador, I want to say, and I want to thank you, Jennifer, the handler of the Uganda Airlines handle, just tweeted a short while ago, I think yesterday, and said, colleagues, visas are coming. And to protect the ambassador, it was a handler of Uganda and social media handle. It's not the ambassador who said this. So, ladies and gentlemen, may I take the singular honor of inviting Her Excellency the Ambassador to come and make her remarks. And I will not put any pressure. No pressure, Ambassador.
Honourable Minister of Works and Transport, Honourable Minister for Trade, Industrial and Cooperatives, Honourable Ministers and their representatives here present, PSST, government agencies, civil servants, business representatives from the Uganda and the UK, our colleagues from the press, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I think this is probably the earliest speech I've ever done. You will be glad to know I've had a very hefty Ugandan coffee before starting. So my wits are about me, and I'm not going to talk about granting lots of visas. And actually, I have to say, what a smart crowd. This may be the smartest crowd that Uganda Airlines has for such an early long-haul flight. So we've all scrubbed up well, because it's a moment in history, isn't it, really? And we've dressed for the occasion. Finally, we are here. This has been incredibly long in the duration, as you've heard from others, and we've been looking forward to it for a long time. And I'm absolutely delighted to be part of what is a historic occasion, because it really is. It's an honour and a privilege to be a passenger today. Now, during my minister's visit, we had Lord Collins, the Minister for Africa, for UN, Commonwealth, Human Rights here just last month. When he was here, we organised a fantastic celebration of this new flight route between our two countries. Now, I was surprised to hear from CEO Jennifer that this is the first time a High Commissioner or an embassy has celebrated a route, but Jennifer, just take this as a sign of how excited we are about the opportunities that this brings. Because as you've heard actually from all of our speakers today, there really is no better time to be launching a direct flight, when our two countries are committed to fostering much stronger links on the trade and the economic side. And it really excites me to see so many Ugandan and British businesses, including some of our British Chamber of Commerce members, either booked on this flight or thinking about how are they going to use this new connection to drive trade, to bring in investment between the UK and Uganda. Now, the latest data shows that Ugandan trade was worth about 860 million. There are many different ways, £1 million, many different ways to carve that up. But whatever happens, I think we can do better than that. So with direct flights, what I'm excited about is we can streamline cargo transport, making it easy for fantastic Ugandan products such as fish and coffee, fruits and vegetables to reach the UK market. As you've heard from PSST, direct means more cost effective, it means quicker, it means low risk, and it means opportunity. And just to put this quickly into context, on coffee, for example, do you know the UK drinks 98, people think of tea, but the UK drinks 98 million cups of coffee a day. I've done at least 3 this morning. But basically Uganda has just got 1% of the UK's £1 billion coffee market. And I'm hoping that should grow. My team accompanied a Ugandan delegation, including many coffee businesses, to the UK just last week for the London Coffee Festival. Now, this flight wouldn't have happened without the dedication, the hard work, the collaboration between teams in Uganda and the UK. Our UK team, led by Katie Crosby, worked closely with the Uganda Airlines team, headed by CEO Jennifer, with Madam Chair Priscilla, and working very closely with the Ugandan Civil Aviation Authority with Deputy DG Olive. And there's been many, many more involved over the years. And I would say there's a great example of what female leadership can do. Although, Honourable Minister, we recognise that the gentlemen have had a role to play. So, and just putting together this flight, let nobody underestimate what the Ugandan Civil Aviation Authority and Uganda Airlines and the Ministry have done to get to this stage. There is a phrase, there's no pain without gain, and I think most definitely your dedication and persistence has paid off. So let me just close by saying we're flying to Uganda today, we're flying to London, we're flying to London on a mission. And that mission is to promote Uganda investment opportunities, and to forge new connections between the government and the private sector. Uganda Airlines are organising a fantastic event tomorrow to celebrate this. And this inaugural flight coincides perfectly with the East Africa Trade and Investment Forum in London on the 21st and the 22nd, bringing together a great mix of UK and Ugandan businesses. I will be there with the purpose of supporting further ties, further economic opportunities between our two countries. And it will benefit both of our countries across the country. Kampala, Kasese, Kisoro, Gulu, across the country, I hope there are opportunities for Uganda, and the same for the UK. So a huge thank you, Uganda Airlines, and for everybody that's been part of organising this flight and this event today. The crane is coming to London. We will fasten our seatbelts. We will put our seats into an upright position. We hope there is no turbulence on this journey to more prosperity and growth. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
Surely we should appreciate Her Excellency the Ambassador even more. And also joining us is our Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Works. You're most welcome, PS. Thank you so much for joining us. And just before I invite the Minister, there are some key stakeholders who are here with us and will be on this inaugural flight. As Her Excellency mentioned, this is really about fostering deeper ties between our two countries, and more specifically in 3 critical areas. And that's why you see the Minister of Trade is also here. So we have tourism, trade, and investment. And with us, we have the chairperson of the Uganda Tourism Board, and we want to thank her. She will be on this inaugural flight, Ms. Palka Koza. We also have the CEO or the Executive Director of the Uganda Wildlife Authority, James Musinguzi. He's also here with us. He will be traveling to market his parks in the UK. But also strategically, our city authority is well represented. Salim Uhuru and colleagues are here with us to invite our guests into Kampala City. And also with us, the private sector. But maybe, sometimes I think PASIT sits in both government and private sector. So PASIT is well represented. I've seen Matthew and Brenda here. Thank you so much for joining us. And the Presidential CEO Forum, which is also represented. The board member is here, so I can mention that the CEO of the board is also here. So thank you so much for joining us. May I now take the singular honor of inviting our Minister, the Minister of Works and Transport, General Katumba Wamala, to come and make remarks on this very historic day. Can we warmly welcome the Honourable Minister?
Thank you very much, Honourable Minister of Trade, Excellency, the High Commissioner, I'll stand on all the protocol. Again, I can see some jittery movements here by the commercial people, and Shakira, they seem to be getting jittery about the time. So I'll not waste a lot of time on this. I want to welcome everybody and to thank all of you for being here to see this dawn of the day. Thank you very much. If I was in the other sector, I would be saying that song, "This is the day that the Lord has made." Thank you very much. We have all waited for this day. It has taken a while, but it is worth, it has come to pass. I want to thank the speakers who have spoken before me, again to say that this is we are opening a new chapter in our air industry. We have been on the ground for some time. I want to thank everybody who has, I'll just use this to thank people who have been involved. First of all, the PSST, the money man. If you would not give us the money, we would not even have been here for this function. Thank you very much. You have been a bother, but as you understood us. It's a young airline, still growing, a lot of challenges, but you have stood with us. Thank you very much. And I'm very happy to hear the promise that we are going to invest more in this airline because the demand is growing every day. I want to thank our regulator. Thank you very much for keeping us in check, because if you hadn't, we would not have qualified flying to London. Yes, we had our issues. We fought. Sometime in the rooms would be like co-wives, but now we all celebrate. Thank you for keeping us in check, and thank you for making it happen. I want to thank the board. Thank you, board, for guiding the process with the CEO. As all new startups, we had our challenges, but thank you for being there. The British High Commission, thank you. We bothered you. We broke all protocol of the foreign affairs. We never wrote notal verbal through them. We were coming direct to you, but you accepted us. Thank you very much for enabling us to do this. The team from London, which came here and sat with our people and walked us through, please pass on our regards. We very appreciate. I appreciate everybody. I want to appreciate three ladies, because I think this was a baby who was very delicate to be delivered, and required the three ladies to deliver the baby. Madam Seruka, the chair board, Olive of CAA, and Jennifer. These ladies have worked so hard to see this happen. Thank you very much, and we really appreciate. As you have all heard, we are now the linkage to London. We are not going to London to look for NGOs, you know. We are not going to London to ask for donations. We are going to London to do what the PSS just said. Attract investment, investors to come here. And thank you very much. Commissioner, have already organized for that. We are going to be facing a team of potential investors. We need to convince them why they should come to invest in Uganda. So all those who are going out there, we must convince those people to come and invest in Uganda. We are going to London, promote trade, because we have all that we can trade with the people in London and beyond. We are going to London to promote tourism, and I'm happy to see the wildlife. I hope you have carried some of those big gorillas, since we are the only country now which still has which still have the big five. So this is the reason why we are going there. And we must not come out empty-handed. We should come back, by the time we come back, with some farm areas which will have farms. So please, whoever is going on this inaugural trip, it's not just going to have fun and good time. Of course, we'll have a good time, I don't know. But come back with something in those areas. Otherwise, I can see that the time is running out. I don't want to stand between. I'm done. I can see you are very uncomfortable. So please, I want to thank everybody again. Thank you very much. I even want to thank the critics. The people who are criticizing us all the time.
Somebody said, you bought these big airplanes just to park them at the airport for show. You should have asked for this slot in London before you bought them. Now, of course, he doesn't know how the process of going to get the slot. But all those critics, thank you very much. Even members of the media who write very, very interesting stories at times. But thank you. It was all in good faith, and it has helped us. Whenever a criticism comes, it gives you more energy. It gives you bigger challenge. So thank you, and I want to, again, thank the media, thank my PS. My PS has also had his own challenges. Every time, add more money here, money there. And I don't know how many kilometers I put on his leg walking between my ministry and the PS's office. But all this has now come to pass. Thank you very much, people. Thank you for the occasion. I want to thank His Excellency the President, lastly, for his vision, the strategic vision. I remember when the debate in cabinet, when we were establishing the airline, people are like, what is this? What are you talking about? But you have heard already, we are, I think, capturing about 38% of the passengers through Entebbe, which is very good for the airline, which has just been 5 years old. So I want to thank His Excellency for his vision. Thank you, and I wish all those who are going on the inaugural flight a very safe flight. Please enjoy the ambience of the Airbus. Thank you, and you're welcome as the train lands.
All right. So there will be a couple of protocols here as they move this. Feel free to move this. We are going to officially launch this flight, and then the real airside launch will happen down. Those of you who have access, but I'll invite our CEO to come and hand over all these very beautiful cards to the key stakeholders. So feel free. CEO, please come and ensure each of our key stakeholders has one, including our flags. Yes. And then we will have them here, besides our board, and in front here for the members of the press. But as we do that, I want to recognize our DG. DG, thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Fred. There's a seat, DG, next to Irene, just if you continue there, your sister Irene there, DG. I want to recognize the Indian Association in Uganda who are present here and will be flying with us. Thank you so much. The India Business Forum in Uganda that is also joining us on this flight. And all the other key stakeholders who are here with us, we want to appreciate you and thank you so much for part of this flight. All right. So if there is a burning question, I've been allowed 1 or 2 questions. It's not every day you will find the Honorable Minister of Works and the Honorable Minister of Trade here in the same room. All right. Quick burning question? None. All right. I'm glad that everybody is excited. I guess, Honorable Minister, I think everyone wants to just go on the Airbus. So, Honorable Minister, I was told that we can do that just after when we all leave. We'll have something, a bite. It's called a bite on TV in Uganda. We need to hear you say something in Uganda. Bantu bafena boba tegirenti tugenda London. Atenga ne visa zija.
Yep, bannaffe bannayuganda. Olunaku luno lwa muwendo nnyo eri eggwanga lyaffe kubanga oluvannyuma lw'ebbanga eriwerako olwaleero tugenda n'ennyonyi esooka nga tugenda kati Uganda Airlines ekuze nga mmanya emyaka 5 giseewo kasookedde tutandika kati esajjakudde mu kusajjakula tugenda nga ennyonyi tubuuka okuva Entebbe nga tugenda butereevu e London. Twasembayo okuba n'ennyonyi etambula bwetyo oba eva wano okugenda butereevu e London oba ndoza myaka nga 15 myaka nga 10 emabega naye kakati bannayuganda badde bakaluubirirwa nnyo manya famire nyingi zirina abantu baazo e London abamu nga bakibatwalira ennaku nnya okujja kati kijja kutwalira essaawa 9 zokka ng'ova wano ng'ogenda London oba ng'ova London ng'ojja wano kale njagala kwebaza abo bonna ababadde emabega w'ensonga eno abafubye ennyo okulaba nti ensonga eno etuukirira nebaziza president olw'ekirooto kino ekirungi kyateekawo nebaza ministry ya finance sente zetuwa kubanga kyandibadde tekisoboka senga baali tebataddemu musaayi nebaziza British High Commissioner kubanga nabo batuyambye nnyo okulaba nti tutuukiriza ebyo ebyetaagisa okutuuka e London naye ne ba regulator CAA ne ba board bonna badde bakola nnyo okulaba nti ensonga etuukire njagala bakubiriza bannaye nti mukozese ennyonyi yaffe mu buli ngeri yonna kubanga tulina okulaba nti omuzungu agamba charity begins at home ng'otandikira wano ewuwo nga tonnaba kuteeka ssente walala sooka oziteeke mu Uganda Airlines ebbeeyi yaffe eri wansi Jennifer tuli mu meka $7 720 kale ulira 720 no saa 9 mulango oli mu bbanga ne ku $720 kale lwakite era nsuubira okulaba abannayuganda bangi nga bagikozesa tugenda London tetugenda kusabiriza tugenda kuleeta abantu tugenda kunoonya ba investor kyekitwale London kunoonya ba investor nsuubulagana tuti batuguzaaki ebyaffe byetutunda bingi bebeetaaga bannayuganda tuve mu ngalo bunanyi abasajja baagala ebyokulya tebalina byakulya baagala ebibala baagala ovakedo baagala nanansi baagala biki ate nyaffe kati egiva wano butereevu olukeera wano okutuuka saa 9 ngo bw'oba olina patana eri gwoweereza ebintu ebyo aba bifunye kale bannaye tukozesa omukisa ogwo tugenda okulanga ebyobusuubuzi byeyongerayo ne bainvesita nga bajja wano basobola okuleeta wano essente ate n'abalambuzi kubanga abazungu bangi abaagala okujja okulambula ku kkula lya Africa Uganda kubanga ffe tukyalina ensi ennungi eyeyagaza n'olwekyo ebyo ebitutwala era tusuubira nti ennyonyi eno ejja kukola kinene nnyo okulaba nga tutuukiriza ebintu ebyo ebisatu mwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala njaga kwebaza mwena abatuyambye mu ngeri emu b'endala n'abo ababadde bawandiika oluusi amawulire agatali matuufu gadde gatuyamba ne twetereza bagamba ensobera ekwagala yekugwa kubbwa n'omanya nti nina ekizibu mwebale temukoowa bwe mulaba ebikyamu biwandiike biveeyo twetereze kubanga twagala naffe tubaweereze bulungi mwebale nnyo mwebale ddala.
May we appreciate the Honorable Minister. So we're going to do a couple of things here. We're just going to add a couple of chairs here so that the ministers and our key partners will take their seats. And then the rest of us, because I was told the rest of us will stand behind them. So as we manage that, Tim, may I request that you prepare. We're going to hold our boards. Our key stakeholders will hold the boards and come to the front. Honorable ministers, if you could make your way. And members of the press, as we prepare for this launch photo, I need to announce, in case we have some drivers here or people who parked just outside the VIP lounge, please try and move your cars because we've created a bit of a traffic jam at the front of the lounge. It would be nice to get all of us to move and allow for traffic flow at the VIP lounge. So if any of us has a vehicle at the front, or if we have any drivers here, can we ensure that we move our vehicles, all right? And my crew, you're allowed, one of you here and one on the other side. We need to make sure that you're in this photo. It's very important that you're in this photo, all right? So, Marcella, where you're missing in this picture? Ambassador? All right. Are you able to lift it there? There you go. All right, so shortly, members of the press who will be joining us on the airside, you will be guided quickly to the airside, so you're able to access the airside before the Honourable Minister joins us to flag off the flight. So the media team, immediately after this, make your way to the airside. Again, the airport has protocols. Please abide by all the airport protocols. It would be very important for you to abide by all the necessary protocols. I'll just allow one more minute. I was asked that by 8, and I have 3 minutes. By exactly 8, this room should be empty. Allow for the technical teams to handle departure. So where is the official photographer? That's the one I was looking for. Where is Nicholas? Nicholas, have they all gone to the airside already? Okay. In any of the cameras. So I'll allow you 30. Please smile. Visas are coming. Please smile. All right. Unfortunately, we can have the question. The one who wants to have a couple of minutes. No, please, we will bring that to you. Don't you worry, no minutes. Yes, Ambassador, you're allowed. You're allowed, Ambassador.
A very good morning. We're coming to you live from Entebbe International Airport, and of course today is a landmark moment for Uganda's aviation. In just a few hours from now, Uganda Airlines will begin a non-stop service to London, reconnecting the Pearl of Africa, Uganda, with one of the world's greatest capitals. The airline will be operating this route on Sundays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Fridays, and that's when they'll be connecting. That's when they'll be connecting to London from just 16 hours to 9 hours. We have just finished the press conference where different dignitaries or officials attended to launch this new route from Entebbe International Airport to Gatwick, London, a trip that is going to make a difference when it comes to trade, when it comes to tourism, and so many other activities, opening markets for places like Kampala.
Hello, hello. Nina simu ya Chebokola.
Bobby also highlighted and said his dream is to see Uganda become a huge economy of over 500 billion, whether they want it to be US dollars or Ugandan shillings, but more than that, for Uganda to also be a serious player in the global market. Right now, everything is being set. I think you can see in my background that the Uganda Airlines aircraft for the next trip that won't be 16 hours Normally the trips were taking about 4 days for someone to travel from the UK and come over to Uganda because of the stopovers, the layovers, and today that changes. 9 hours and a half and they'll be in Gatwick, London. We will let you enjoy the entertainment as we continue with this live broadcast. Right about now, the aircraft is being loaded and getting ready for the departure of passengers, officials, and everyone that has been a part of the launch of the new route, the 17th route, launched by Uganda Airlines to Gatwick, London. This is an incredible journey and a dawn of a new era, a dawn of something new, something that Uganda hasn't had in a long time. And for the 5 years that Uganda Airlines has been in existence, they have had 16 routes so far. This is the 17th route that is going to be used by any Ugandan and anyone that is trying to travel and go to London Gatwick at a cheaper price. Also very convenient. For a trip that was about 16 hours is now going to be 9.5 hours or within 9 hours. Something that is very convenient for so many passengers, for businessmen, and for all. Of course, this comes with an advantage because with this being a direct route to the UK, the national carrier has hit a great milestone. Now, also, this route is going to be operational on Sunday, Wednesday, Friday, and those are the days that have been set for anyone who would love to travel and go to London. For many people, this is more than just aviation news, but it's a strategic move to position Uganda as a serious player on the global market. From tourism to trade, many believe that this signals that Uganda is open for business, leisure, and partnership. And as we were informed earlier, coffee is one of the greatest crops that we have in Uganda and a great export, and that we expect to bring in more money by this route being open. For exporters of also fresh produce like flowers, fruits, vegetables, this direct flight obviously means that quicker delivery to the European markets and a lot of money will be saved, and freshness is a guarantee from today onwards. Also, for just people who have families and they've been finding it hard, it is told that for anyone that has been traveling from Europe to Uganda had to take about 16 hours, but also 14 hours because of stopovers and layovers. And today that changes because In command of this flight to Gatwick, London, is Senior Captain Sam Masaba, Captain Clive Okoth, and First Officer Martin Jichi. Today, Uganda Airlines launches a new route, marking the 17th route since its commencement 5 years ago. A route from Entebbe International Airport to Gatwick, London. You can see an Airbus A330-800 Neo, and of course it sits about 258 passengers who are a part of the inaugural flight to London Gatwick today. Traveling for about 9.5 hours, coming from a whole total of 16 hours that was previously the time that was used to fly to Uganda from London. In command of this flight is Senior Captain Sam Masaba, Captain Clive Okoth, and First Officer Martin Jichi. Many Ugandans are excited. We had some officials and Ugandans, the Indian community, the High Commissioner, Her Excellency Lisa Chesner, some ministers from Uganda who are part of the Airbus Neo, headed to London Gatwick to launch this new flight and to start off many Ugandans that want to be a part of this and have also found a solution for their long layovers, stopovers, and can easily come home. One is able to travel 4 times a week actually, and that is on Friday, Wednesday, Sunday, and Tuesdays, for one to actually be able to move from London to Entebbe or from Entebbe to London. We're still yeah. As you can see, there's a bit of a crowd, people very excited, elated, holding placards, speaking of Uganda Airlines and London, a non-stop trip from Entebbe International Airport. The quote there being bridging opportunities with non-connections across Africa and the world. A sense of pride is what you feel when you're around these people. They're very excited, very happy to be a part of this moment and also to be a part of the team that is celebrating and has gotten an opportunity to witness the inaugural flight to London Gatwick. One of the things you clearly hear while having conversations, I don't need to be on camera, but most of them are speaking about the opportunities that are going to come with this new route. And the opportunities being that whether it's trade, whether it's tourism, we expect more tourists into the country, using on what we will get as a country. Also, whether it is trade for us to get people doing business in and out of Uganda. So those two are indeed opportunities that people can't wait to unlock because of this new route to London.
Linda, Mamba Bali.
is exactly 5 minutes past 10 a.m. today on a beautiful chilly Sunday at the airport, 18th of May 2025. And the Airbus, Uganda Airlines, is actually set to leave Entebbe International Airport, headed for London Gatwick. The Airbus A330-800 Neo with about 258 passengers, and in command Senior Captain Sam Masaba, Captain Clive Okoth, and the First Officer Martin Jichi, is being prepared to set off and leave Entebbe International Airport as the inaugural flight to Gatwick, London. This morning, Uganda Airlines launches its first direct flight to London Gatwick, and more government officials say will spark trade, tourism and investment between the two countries. On the maiden flight, UR110 pushed back. Was supposed to leave at 10:25, but now 7 minutes past 10. With so many people ululating, excited for this great milestone, and looking all beautiful and prepared, ready to leave. After this, for anyone that wants to use Uganda Airlines from Entebbe International Airport, can always book in for a Sunday flight, Tuesday, Friday, and Wednesday. For them to travel for just within 9 hours and a half, and for them to be in London. You can actually travel in a week and be back in that same week, because this direct flight has cut off over 7 or more hours. Something that other passengers or people have been facing before, having more layovers, stopovers, being taken to the countries that have their planes situated in those very countries. But today that changes. History is being made as Uganda Airlines launches its inaugural flight. And from today onwards, we can now say one traveling to London is just a few hours and someone is able to be back. Now this will be the longest sector in the carrier's network at 6,464 kilometers, because this is the longest route that actually Uganda Airlines has on their roadmap, on their travel map. The services will run 4 times a week, that is Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Friday, linking Uganda to the United Kingdom in just over 9 hours, a great achievement. In command of this flight is Senior Captain Sam Masaba, Captain Clive Okoth, and First Officer Martin Jichi, our very own, born and raised in Uganda, flying the crane to all other destinations, but for today, to London Gatwick. Aboard is the CEO, Uganda Airlines, Jennifer Mturaki, the British High Commissioner, I beg your pardon, Her Excellency Lisa Chestnut, amongst other officials like from the Ministry of Trade, of Finance, Permanent Secretary, Gobi, and so many others who are traveling to be a part of this beautiful moment as Uganda launches its first inaugural flight to London Gatwick. Ladies and gentlemen, history is being made. And today marks the very first day, but not the end. Instead, the beginning of a new era where Uganda Airlines has added one more route, marking or making it 17 routes so far that is a part of their map. As they get Ugandans to now travel easily within 9 hours. This isn't just another flight on the schedule, it's a gateway to opportunity. And for business people, traders, and the Ugandan diaspora, it means easier, faster, and more affordable access to one of Europe's busiest cities. And for the tourism and export sectors, this route opens new corridors of growth and visibility for our Pearl of Africa. As for the passengers boarding today, or who are on board actually, the excitement is electric. There's a sense of pride, of movement, of being a part of something bigger. Uganda Airlines is not only spreading its wings today, but it's carrying the aspirations of a nation. And given that they've been in the business for just 5 years, clearly we can say good job, and the future is bright.
That's on. So, a launching for a first at Uganda Airlines. Yeah, here.
photographers, but you have a live guy. It's your face that I know they had because now it's not going to. I'm going. Yeah. I just